If we want the user to navigate around our application, we can use the link component from React Router. This React component provides a declarative and accessible way to enable navigation by rendering a head tag. It accepts a toProp instead of a href to specify the path to link to. This toProp can be defined using a single string representing the location path name, the query strings, and the hash properties. It can also be defined using an object with the same properties, but each has a separate key inside that object. So we have the path name, the search, which is the query strings, and the hash. But we also have the state property, which is actually a state object we'd like to persist to the location, which could then be accessed from the corresponding route. Finally, the toProp can also accept a function to define the link's location. This function can either return a string or an object and takes in as an argument the current location that can be used to define the link's location. Alright, so now let's go to our code editor and render some links to navigate between the pages of our application. Here, I have defined earlier 3 routes that render the 3 pages of my application: the home page, the blog page, and the about page. Let's start by importing the link component from React Router. Create a new functional component named nav to render all the links inside the list. We will call our first link home and set the toProp with slash to link to the home page of our app. Then we can do the same thing with our second link for the blog page and set the toProp with slash blog to link to the blog page. And finally, we have the link for the about page. Here, just for demonstration, we can use an object instead of a string to set up the location of this link. Now, I can render this nav component into my app by adding it above all my routes and hit save. As you can see, we are rendering our 3 links at the top of our application, and if I click on the blog link, I get redirected to the blog page. If I click on the about link, I get redirected to the about page. And finally, if I click on the home link, I get redirected to the home page. Note that React Router keeps the URL up to date as we navigate through the application. This actually preserves the browser history, and this makes sure things like the back button and bookmarks work properly as well. Alright, another thing we can do here is to add the replace prop on our link component. This gives us a little control over how we are managing our browser history. By using replace here, if I go to the blog page and then click back, it will take me to the home page. But now, if I go to the blog page from the home page and then the about page, you might think that it's going to take me to the blog page if I hit back. But as we have added the replace prop on the about link, we are replacing the previous URL with the new URL when we visit this link. In other words, when I hit back, it's going to go all the way back to the home page, skipping the blog page. Okay. So now, let's see what is actually rendered by React Router into the DOM for the link component. As you can see from the DOM, we have a simple head tag with the location translated into the href HTML attribute. Actually, we can also pass any props we'd like to be on the head tag, such as the title or the class name, for example. So here, if I set the title and add a class name to it, it will be rendered into the DOM. This makes it really simple to create custom links.